Not like I think there's times where you maybe would be a bit frustrated coming on to not touch the ball for 10 seconds, to come on for my 200th game. Especially I'd only just get back into the squad, so it meant a lot that the gaffer put me back on. I said to make 200 appearances for the club. I wouldn't have thought that when I first came, and just delighted to have got there now in the end, and hopefully a few more to come, and who knows, 300? Nah, probably not, but we'll go for 210.
It's different to back in Austria. The season stops in December in Austria, and here you just keep going. But yeah, I think the best thing you can do is look after your body, recover, and try to be fit in every game.
The manager changing things and kind of rotating the starting 11 has looked to me as if it's kept the majority of us fit. It was a hard time, it was a tough time with the constant games, but the manager manoeuvred us through it. The Hibs game springs to mind. I was watching it in the stand, slightly bemused myself, going 6 changes, that's a lot. But it worked. We had a great performance and kind of continued through the busy break.
I think they play very good football, and it's hard to beat them. And it was again the second time this season, and I think it was a tough game. They started really well, but we tried to get another clean sheet. That's what happened, and if we don't concede any goal, at least we draw the game.
Falkirk have shown on the top 6 they've came up this season and probably as much as a surprise package as ourselves. We've now played everybody. Everyone knows what we're about, and it's about trying to overcome those challenges, and when we play Falkirk next year, it will be a tough game, and hopefully one that we can come out the better side of.
Still, we played away against a very good opponent, and we take the point, or we took the point.
What? Easy. Oh no, you got that.
The expectations, they went up after our performances the last couple of weeks, and also I think everyone at the club and also the players, they expected us to win and to put on a good performance.
Again, what's positive is we have an expectation. You want to win every game, but we have an expectation of the performance. The performance needs to be the principles that we believe in, trying to get the ball moving, make teams work, and if you're going to come here and or even play us away from home, you're going to need to play well, and if you do that, then fair play to you. But we played a really controlled game against an opponent notoriously tough to play against.
It's brilliant. I mean, he's one of the best footballers I've ever played with, and his technique is so good, and I enjoy it. I know I can play him the ball in every situation, every time, and that makes it even more easier for me.
To play how we play, there's going to be at times chances, because at times we play some stuff that's maybe high risk, and we've seen the high end reward for it. For us to have so many clean sheets as we've had, they'll need to make saves, and Callum's managed to do that. And it was an important save at an important time.
We know if they get the goal, if they score, it will be a completely different game. They will sit very low probably, and then it's even more difficult to find the breakthrough or to create chances. And so we are happy to have one in the goal. It was very relieving for us that the second goal, that we scored the second goal, and from that on, I think everyone, like also the opponents, they felt like it will be a difficult game for them to get an equaliser or whatever.
It was a cracking move. I remember seeing the count. It was came on, was it maybe on Instagram, came up somewhere, and it was the count of the passes, and it was nice. We want to score goals, we want to try and entertain the fans, we want to play attractive football, but there is nothing wrong with if you can see a pass and play it that goes straight. There was one I tried on Saturday, I could have put Callum if I'd put a wee bit more on it, one-on-one. It's about playing what the opposition give you and at that time we were able to play any feet, and the movement people have and the patience we have instilled with the kind of Gaffer's ideas and philosophy is then a kind of really good example of that kind of coming to fruition.
We train it every day, every single session. We try to improve. You can see like we had like difficulties at the beginning of the season. Like not everything went so fluently, but yeah, we made a lot of progress, a lot of training, and yeah, you can see the outcome now.
The good old fist bump, eh? Whoa! Motherwell! Donnie works left foot shot.
I can remember it was very windy. They kicked every ball long, or almost every ball long, so it was a very tough game for us. But still, it wasn't our best day, especially first half. I think we started very well in the second half. But yeah, all in all, I think it was a deserved draw. Yeah.
Dundee is a tough place to go up to. The conditions weren't perfectly conducive. I remember being baffled that there was a pass Callum Ward played to me in the second half, and I couldn't believe he kicked it that far with the wind. So it was pretty impressive. But Dundee United have some good players. They have lots of strength. We combated that, trying to again kind of play our stuff. It wasn't the most entertaining game, but at any point in this league you need to grab, you need to fight. And again, we had a couple of chances that maybe could have stole it, but I'm sure they might be thinking the same thing. So again, you go away from home picking up a draw. As long as you can make Fir Park a fortress and a tough place to come, those points become crucial.
It seems like Elliot has the bigger head, but yeah, of course it's hard to lose a player in these early stages of the game, especially Welshi, who was brilliant for us the last couple of weeks. But yeah, we also have great other centre backs, and I think Gordo did very good. So yeah, we are happy that we have a lot of good players.
Well, obviously me and my medical degree, I'd ruled Welsh out for about 6 weeks after because it looked an absolute cracker. And obviously Elliot Watt's head's obviously made of concrete. For somebody that looks like he's an intelligent player, clearly doesn't have much between the sticks. But no, it was a bad one, and thankfully, obviously the two of them, I think the following game Welsh was fit for. We reacted well. We kind of Liam Gordon came in, and again, like I've said, comes in, knows his role, knows what's expected, and doesn't look like much changes. And that's how it will be, I imagine, for the foreseeable.
We're a little bit sharper in the final third, or in some situations. For sure we could have scored, but yeah, those are those games, and we need to take the draw and not concede a goal again. Obviously
JT going away was a great honour for him and great achievement, but yeah, when he's scored important goals, it's always going to be tough to lose someone that's had that impact. But we certainly reacted well and didn't seem to derail us too much.
Of course, JT was very important for us in this season, especially. But yeah, I think the manager always gives us the confidence that every player is important and we can win with whatever formation we play. So it wasn't a big thing for us in the dressing room, even though we are happy now that he is back.
We are expected to dominate. As you said, there becomes an expectation when we're performing well, and something that we as players need to learn and get better at dealing with. And we had a lot of the ball. We didn't create too many great chances, but again we had a few and had enough. I've maybe seen the stadium get frustrated in the past, but they stood behind us. They understand there's a bit of patience needed with how we play. And
yeah, we weren't not really happy about our performance in the first half. We knew we can do a lot better, and we tried to do things better in the second half. And I think we had a lot of chances in the second half. We had a lot of possession, and yeah, that's our style, how we want to play. And I think the goal was a question of time. It's difficult to say because it's going so fast and quick, and yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure if I take the right foot or the left foot, but I think it was the right decision. I just need to hit the ball better.
And the gaffers touched on quite a lot is that the late create is whenever you have teams down in their own box and defending for their lives as such, is where can we hurt teams, where can we find areas in Callum. Being in that area, I think it was Elliot crossed it as well. To get the goal, we need to be more aggressive. I think that might be the best approach to use, be more aggressive, commit more men, because we want to win the game, we want to get 3 points, we want to score goals, and I think especially when you get teams in their final third, I think that's what we need to make sure we do, but equally strike the right balance that we don't give much away. And
goal was at a very late stage, so you get a little bit frustrated, but you still have the belief that we can create chances at any time of the game, and we still had enough time to score. So I think we just knew it will come by time. Big relief, because it was a so important win before the two games against Rangers and Celtic.
When I'm playing in a team that's winning, the games roll on, and you feel 6 foot tall. Albeit I'm 6'3", that sums it up. But no, you feel like you're just wanting another game to come. You just want them to keep rolling, and that's kind of how it was feeling. We were playing good stuff, and the pitches were getting worse, but we were still kind of the questions that were getting answered. We were finding answers for them, and that's away from home. At home, it was a tough 10 games. Again, some draws along the way, but being competitive in every match is a massive part of a successful team. You need to make sure nobody gets anything easy. And I think that's what we're managing to do consistently and have done the full season, to be honest.
Games are coming so fast, you cannot really think about any records or any runs. So you always have to focus on the next game. So of course you notice it, but you just have to keep looking forward.
I need to get Sykes a Christmas present, I think. Stop.
In the first 25-30 minutes, I think we were by far the better team. We created a couple of chances, and then the momentum switched a little bit.
We certainly, and again, goals can change games, and I think certainly the first 25 minutes I thought we controlled it, but we didn't take the chances, which is going to happen in games, and sadly they then come into the game, as any good side does, and every team does have a spell, and then they got some chances and got the lead probably at a time they kind of deserved it.
It was a game where both teams could have scored 5 goals each. So I think the team who would have scored first gets the win, and that's how it was. But
from that, when we were chasing the game, we then did create some good chances. So did they. But I'd imagine if you were a neutral, it was probably quite an entertaining game, and something that I hope maybe the Rangers fans appreciate. Like, we didn't go and stifle Rangers. We went out, played our stuff. Again, I'm not saying it's wrong to go and stifle Rangers. I'd happily beat them anyway, it doesn't matter, but we tried to play. We then got aggressive, trying to go for the equaliser, and it led to an end-to-end game, and one of which I hope they enjoyed, but hopefully next time we can just be in the right end of the result. I'm not sure what's been said about the penalty, but obviously a potential penalty, I thought, but
I dribbled into the 18 yards box, and I felt the contact. For me it was very obvious, but not for the refs. But in the end I think it was a penalty, but you have to accept these decisions, and we move on. Straight after the game we were disappointed, but not just because of the penalty. It was because we lost the game and we wanted to win the game. But one day or 2 days later you try to focus on the next game, because Celtic was 3 days afterwards, so you cannot think a lot about it.
And really then it's just focusing on what was another massive game in a busy time with friends and family to make sure we're ready to hopefully put on a good and big performance against Celtic, and we managed to do that. But the important bit was that we reacted well, came into training, worked hard, and I think the manager struck the balance really well, giving us a couple of days off here and there, and what is a busy time, and it's very easy for a manager to say you're in all the time, and there's no right or wrong way to do it, but giving us a wee bit of time away to kind of see your family, get a breather, and striking that balance between professional and humans, like striking that balance up well, and I think that's something that was beneficial to us, and certainly came to fruition with the next two results. Gaffer kind of mentioned maybe thinking I wasn't playing the Rangers game. I was pretty disappointed. I ended up being sick, I wasn't well over on the day of the Rangers game, and I got the Sunday off. So I came in on the Monday kind of expecting like I might not be playing, which would totally be understandable. And we kind of walked through some shape and picked the team, and I was playing right centre back. So I'd probably say for my lungs it was probably better that I wasn't right back, because after being sick it maybe wouldn't have been the best of shifts to get.
We just wanted to prove everyone that we can win against a big club, and I think it was one of our best first halves. And yeah, I think we very controlled the game against a very, very big team, and that's what makes me prouder about this team.
I know Celtic obviously were going through kind of transition, but they had been putting in good performances, obviously not getting the results. And the thing I was expecting was the first half they were always very much in control of the games. And then when we went out and played, and you're kind of thinking, this will come, the storm will come. And it didn't really. We played our stuff, we stayed true to our message, our ideas.
The success, it helps a lot. If you win together, if you get good results, if you play good, I think that connects even more as a group of players, and I think everyone can feel it in the dressing room. There's just a positive energy, and I think that's the reason why are we so good, combined with all the tactics and whatever. But I think we are just a good group of people, and we are very positive, and we just try to be better every game, every training.
Like, I was panicking that my head was coming to press me. That was a panic. It's happened too many times. Exactly. No, look, I think obviously being kind of centre back and just kind of find yourself taking off Tom for the throw in, and Celtic try and play a high line as they have done for a long time, and it's kind of seen he be the physical specimen in the air to put it in there, and thankfully he executed a great header. So no, it was a good ball in, and again, at a time when we were controlling the game, it was important that we got a goal. So, because again, I did expect the kind of wave to come from Celtic, and it's always nice if you've got 1 or 2 goals to kind of help kind of go over that.
Yeah, I just ran into him and told him like I thought it was prime Beckham back then, but yeah, the cross was unbelievable. What an assist! I think we know how much quality we have, but actually to dominate a Celtic team like that, it's a little bit surprising. But I think we have so much quality in our group, and it doesn't come from anywhere. We tried to press Celtic a little bit other than the other teams. Like we invested more players in the pressing, and I think we did it very good for the whole game, and especially in this scene you could see it like perfectly.
Again, the bravery it comes down to the manager is the one that puts it out there and tells us what's expected, and then it's up to us to try and do it. And he changed it, took it at half time, and yeah, when you get a goal from it, it's always amazing. I think it's the same when you do any routine at corners or free kicks or anything like that. When you see something you have worked on or been spoke about, it's always a positive, and it helps just buying into a manager's ideas and styles, and yeah, what to treat. And obviously got the goal was really different to the first one, and different to a lot of the goals we scored this season. You touched on the one against Livingston, and it was not any less sweeter.
In the atmosphere, it was just amazing after the game. The fans, they were buzzing, and also everyone in the team, the staff, like you could feel it after the game. Yeah.
I was joking with Paul because I'd heard his interview before the game, and the journalist, I'm not sure who it was that was asking, but would not let it go that he hadn't beat Celtic. So no, look, I didn't realise it was 10 years, and again, it's I knew it'd been a long time because obviously since I've been here, we've run them close a few times. But yeah, it's always nice to get good results against the bigger teams, and Celtic and Rangers are no different to that.
Elliot, our first victory over Celtic in over a decade. How does that one feel?
Yeah, amazing, especially off the back of the last result against Rangers. It felt as though we at least deserved something out of the game. And we've been taking the big team so close this season, so yeah, to finally get over the line was an amazing feeling.
The performance was dominant from start to finish. What does that say about the character and mentality in this squad?
Yeah, not only that, but the quality we've got some amazing players, and not just the team that starts any game, but the strength in depth we've got. I've heard some pundits in the press saying we maybe don't have the strength in depth in the squad, but you look at the changes the manager makes and the results we're getting, I don't know how they can possibly sit there and say that live on telly, but yeah, we just got to keep our feet on the ground and keep going.
I'm impressed, but I know that we can do that we can perform like this, that we can be even better. I've seen the quality in it, very early in the season, and also in every training, in every session, and so it's not a surprise for me that we are so good, so strong, and yeah, we just try to keep going and be even better.
I'd love to sit here and say I'm so excited, but I'm probably a bit more apprehensive. We'll wait. January's a busy time. The pitches are getting worse. There's no growth, sadly. We can all feel the cold. That will be a challenge for us. It's also the January window, which is going to be a challenge to bring in the right players, but also to not let any ones go that we don't want to go. So that will be the first kind of challenges we have. But what I'll say is, with how we've been operating, I don't see any reason why we should be changing too much, and I don't see it changing too much. And if that stays like that, then I can then give some optimism and be excited for hopefully how we're going to play, and hopefully the results will come.
It's difficult to say what we can achieve, but I think we should look like step by step and from game to game. And yeah, I think we can win against every team, and that should be our aim in every game. And then we see where we end at the end of the season.
I certainly think it's the most entertaining football I've played in my full career, and really enjoy being part of it. My aim as always is to play every game. I want to try and play every game, but I understand we've got a squad that's competitive, and obviously injuries and stuff. So trying to get the balance between patience and frustration, and then deliver when you get the chance. So hopefully when I play, I can keep putting in good performances, and hopefully there'll be a lot more games to play.